The semifinals is in the books as our remaining 6 couples battled it out in order to earn a spot on finale night next week. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dancing with Stars Superfan, back with another video. And this week on Dancing with Stars was the semifinals, where our 6 remaining couples danced to 2 unlearned dances in 2 rounds. The first round was the Latin dance round, and the second round was the ballroom dance round. We also have our second and final double elimination of the season. It was not only more gutsy than last week's double elimination, this one was a definite nail-biter. Also, if you guys like this video, or if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button and ring that notification bell to keep up to date for more Dance with Stars content from my channel. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. First up is Wayne and Whitney dancing the Paso Doble to Beggin' by Måneskin. I've noticed that he stumbled a bit during the first half, and he also had some issues with not only his footwork, but his technique was a little bit off. Other than that, it was still a good dance to kick off the semifinals. So just Cruzar, they were all 9s from the judges, giving them a 36 out of 40. Next up is Daniel and Britt dancing the Viennese Waltz to Surprise Yourself by Jack Garrett. Derek liked the dance, but he said that his right arm was way out, and Len felt like the dance was a bit skippy at times. I felt like the first half of the music was kind of a bit out of sync, but the good news is they were able to maintain their timing throughout the dance. So just Cruzar carrying on a 9, Len an 8, Derek a 9, Bruno a 9, giving them a 35 out of 40. Next up is Shangela and Gleb dancing the Paso Doble to The Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga. This dance got Bruno on the edge of his seat. Len said it was high energy, it was totally committed, and he also liked the traditional moves in that dance. My favorite part in that Paso Doble was that solo Shangela did, so I thought that was pretty cool. So just Cruzar, they were all 9s from the judges, giving them a 36 out of 40. Next up is Charlie and Mark dancing the Viennese Waltz to Glimpse of Us by Joji. There is nothing that I'm going to say about this dance because she glided really nicely across the floor, she was nice and smooth, and that Viennese Waltz was 100% perfect. So just Cruzar, they were all 10s from the judges, giving them a perfect 40. Next up is Trevor and Emma dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha to Satisfied by Galantis featuring Max. He hit every single move, which is good, but I felt like the dance was kind of flat-footed and some of the moves were kind of lacking at times. But overall, it was an A for effort Cha-Cha-Cha. Also, Emma was trying to escape the Cha-Cha-Cha curse because during the last 3 seasons, whenever she does a Cha-Cha, she has been eliminated. So let's just hope that she doesn't get that curse again. So just Cruzar, they were all 8s from the judges, giving them a 32 out of 40. And last up in the first round is Gabby and Val dancing the waltz to I'm Kissing You by Desiree. This dance definitely relates to her story because recently she just went through a breakup with Eric. I love all the elements in that waltz. It was smooth, it was elegant, it was heartwarming, and Len said it was a wonderful waltz. So just Cruzar, they were all 10s from the judges, giving them a perfect 40. Now before we get to the next round, we just found out some news from our very own head judge, Len Goodman. After over 3,000 performances and 29 seasons of judging, Len made the announcement that he will be retiring after this season. And we also found out some good news from Whitney because she is expecting another child really soon, which means this will mark her 2nd child. So congratulations to Whitney and her husband. Now, let's move on to the second round. First up is Wayne and Whitney dancing the Viennese Waltz to It's a Man's World by James Brown. Len said it was a polished performance, but it lacked a little bit of content, and Derek said his frame was kind of small, but Carrie-Anne disagreed with both Len and Derek because she thought it was really good. I also felt like that it was a special tribute to his late grandmother because she was a fan of the show, and I also loved the fact that he was singing the first half of the song because, as we all know, he is a really great singer. So well done, Wayne. So just Cruzar carrying a 10, Len a 9, Derek a 9, Bruno a 9, giving them a 37 out of 40, which brings them an overall total of 73 out of 80. Next up is Daniel and Britt dancing the samba to the remix version of Light It Up by Major Lazer, featuring Nyla and Fuse ODG. As I was watching the dance, he did mess up a bit and his technique was a little bit off at times. But the bright side is, as long as he had a lot of fun with that dance, That's all that matters. So judge scores are Carrie Ann a 9, Len an 8, Derek a 9, Bruno an 8, giving them a 34 out of 40, which brings them an overall total of 69 out of 80. Next up is Shangela and Gleb dancing the Viennese Waltz to I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. It was wonderful that we got to see Shangela's soft side. She was relaxed and she danced nice and soft. But Len and Derek noticed some issues in that dance, and Carrie Ann bowed down to Shangela because she was so proud of her. So judge scores are Carrie Ann a 10, Len a 9, Derek a 9, Bruno a 9, giving them a 37 out of 40, which brings them an overall total of 73 out of 80. Next up is Charlie and Mark dancing the Paso Doble to España Cani by Pascual Marquina. I felt like that Paso Doble was fantastic because the lines and the shapes in that dance were amazing. Mark not only did a great job with the choreography, he did an amazing job with the guitar playing as well, because as some of you guys don't know this, he is a really great guitar player. So judge scores are, there were all 10s from the judges, giving them a perfect 40, which brings them an overall total of a perfect 80. Next up is Trevor and Emma dancing the Viennese Waltz to Count on Me by Judah Kelly. At first, Len wasn't sure how well they were going to do, but they were able to beat some of the odds from him. Also, Len and Derek said that it was kind of skippy at times, and I felt like he did a really great job, even though it was kind of skippy at times. So judge scores are Carrie Ann a 9, Len an 8, Derek an 8, Bruno an 8, giving them a 33 out of 40, which gives them an overall total of 65 out of 80. And last up to close out the semifinals are Gabby and Val dancing the Paso Doble to Malaguena by Brian Setzer. That Paso Doble was 100% intense, and I really love the change of speed in that Paso Doble. I also love the creativity in that Paso Doble, and this Paso Doble definitely was a little bit better than Charlie and Mark's. For this dance, there was no more goofy Gabby. Say hello to serious Gabby. So judge scores are, there were all 10s from the judges, giving them a perfect 40, which brings them an overall total of a perfect 80. Now that we got to all the dances from the semifinals, let's take a look at the leaderboard. A two-way tie at the top of the leaderboard with 80 points are Charlie and Mark and Gabby and Val. A two-way tie with 73 points are Shangela and Gleb and Wayne and Whitney. Daniel and Britt with 69 points. And at the bottom are Trevor and Emma with 65 points. Now let's reveal the 4 couples that will be competing for the Mirror Ball next week. The first 3 couples who will be dancing in the finals next week are Gabby and Val, Charlie and Mark, and last but not least, Wayne and Whitney, while Daniel and Britt, Shangela and Gleb, and Trevor and Emma were the bottom 3. The couple who was at the very bottom and eliminated right away were Trevor and Emma, while Daniel and Britt and Shangela and Gleb faced the judges' save. Bruno, Carrie Ann, and Derek vote to save Shangela and Gleb, while Daniel and Britt are also eliminated, and Shangela and Gleb have earned the 4th and final spot in the finale night next week. For someone who was afraid to dance coming into Dancing with the Stars to eventually becoming the dark horse this season is really amazing. Trevor was able to overcome his fear of dancing even though he had his ups and downs. Even though Daniel and Britt didn't make the finals, it was still a good season, and Britt was able to finish 1 place higher than 6th. Daniel was definitely a joy to watch, and Britt did a wonderful job working with him. This also gives Britt the opportunity to let us know that she is worthy of being here on Dancing with the Stars as a pro. So next week will be the finals, as our remaining 4 couples, Charlie and Mark, Gabby and Val, Shangela and Gleb, and Wayne and Whitney will battle it out for that coveted Mirror Ball trophy. This will be Val's 9th final of his career, Mark's 11th final of his career, Whitney's 6th final of her career, and this will be Gleb's 3rd final of his career. So next week on finale night, they will be doing a redemption dance, and they will also be doing the dance known as the Do or Die dance of Dancing with the Stars. Yep, that's right, the freestyles. So you don't want to miss that because it is going to be epic. So anyways, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with the Stars Superfan. Catch you next time.